Triads, the strawberry smoothie, ritual among the world's oldest criminal organizations. The Chinese triads enforce loyalty through rituals that feel like they belong in a horror film. One of their most disturbing initiation practices is known as the strawberry smoothie. The name sounds harmless, but the reality is anything but. To join the triads, a recruit must drink a mixture made from the fresh blood of senior members, often collected during a ceremonial cut. The act symbolizes a merging of identities. Your life becomes tied to the organization, and betrayal becomes unthinkable. This ritual is meant to break mental boundaries. Drinking another person's blood isn't just shocking, it's a psychological contract, a point of no return. From that moment forward, the triads become your family, your allegiance, and your fate. It's a chilling example of how criminal groups use extreme initiation methods to control loyalty and create lifelong obedience. Aryan Brotherhood: kill your partner. Ritual inside the U.S. prison system. Few names inspire more fear than the Aryan Brotherhood, a gang built on violence, intimidation, and absolute loyalty. But joining this group requires a commitment so extreme that most inmates wouldn't dare attempt it. Their initiation ritual is simple and horrifying. You must kill another prisoner. This ritual isn't symbolic. It's a real, premeditated murder carried out in full view of guards, cameras, and other inmates. The Brotherhood watches closely, evaluating whether the recruit can kill quickly, quietly, and without hesitation. Failure could mean punishment or death. The act serves several purposes. It eliminates potential witnesses, shows total loyalty to the gang above all laws, and ensures new members are fully complicit in serious crimes. Once someone has murdered for the Brotherhood, walking away becomes nearly impossible. It's one of the most brutal initiation requirements in the world, proving why the Aryan Brotherhood remains one of America's deadliest prison gangs. Taiwan Gang's fireworks at point-blank range ritual. Taiwan's criminal underworld is filled with ruthless gangs that control gambling, extortion, and smuggling across East Asia. But one of their most shocking traditions isn't about intimidation, it's about survival under pain. To rise in rank or prove leadership potential, some Taiwanese gangs force recruits to endure a ritual known simply as the fireworks test. The idea is brutally straightforward. The recruits stand still while industrial-grade fireworks are fired directly at their body from only a few feet away. The explosions burn skin, tear clothing, and leave deep scars. Anyone who flinches, shields themselves, or collapses is instantly disqualified and often beaten for showing weakness. Surviving the test proves two things: extreme pain tolerance and unwavering loyalty. The ritual is designed to forge leaders through agony and to ensure that only those willing to suffer for the gang's honor move upward in the hierarchy. It's a terrifying reminder of how violently some groups measure loyalty. South Africa's numbers gang. The umbrella question. Ritual inside South Africa's prison system. One gang stands above all others in brutality and psychological manipulation. The numbers gang. Their initiation ritual is not a physical test, but a deadly puzzle known as the umbrella question. At first, it sounds harmless. If it starts raining and you only have one umbrella, what do? But the answers determine your entire future in the gang. If a recruit says they would share the umbrella, the gang interprets this as submission. That recruit is immediately assigned the lowest, most degrading role: the gang's property, essentially a prison servant with no protection and no status. But if the recruit answers that they would stand in the rain and give the umbrella to the other member, the gang declares that he must prove it by killing a prison guard. Refusal means death. Compliance earns his place. It's a chilling ritual rooted in loyalty, violence, and psychological dominance where even the right answer can destroy your life. Yakuza, the Yubitsume finger amputation ritual. Among all gang rituals worldwide, few are as shocking or as symbolic as the Yakuza's Yubitsume ritual. Deeply rooted in Japanese criminal tradition, Yubitsume is a punishment ritual performed when a member commits a mistake, violates orders, or causes loss to the organization. Unlike other gangs that enforce discipline through beatings, the Yakuza demands something far more personal. The member must cut off their own left pinky finger. The ritual is deliberate, precise, and painfully slow. The offender places their little finger on a wooden board, wraps a cloth around the base, and uses a short blade to amputate it at the first joint. The severed finger is then presented to the boss as a sign of apology and submission. Historically, removing part of the pinky weakened one's grip on a sword, making the member more dependent on the gang for protection. Today, it remains a terrifying reminder of loyalty, obedience, and the price of failure. Hells Angels baptized in human waste. The Hells Angels are infamous for their outlaw biker lifestyle, violent reputation, and rigid internal hierarchy, but their initiation rituals can be even more shocking. Among the most disturbing is a practice described by former members as a baptism in human waste. New recruits, or prospects, must endure an initiation where they are forcibly thrown into a mixture of urine and feces collected by senior members. This degrading act isn't just humiliation, it's a test of obedience, endurance, and unwavering loyalty. The ritual symbolizes leaving behind one's old identity and being reborn into the biker brotherhood. Refusing the ritual or showing disgust can instantly end a prospect's chances of joining. Beyond this initiation, prospects are expected to do months or years of menial labor for the club, handle illegal tasks, and prove dedication through violence if required. The baptism is merely the first step into a world where loyalty is absolute and betrayal is fatal. Look at the Fear Roto Gang. The Roto Gang created one of the most psychologically disturbing rituals ever reported, known simply as "Look at the Fear." Unlike gangs that test physical endurance, the Roto focused on breaking a recruit's mind. The ritual required new members to stand and watch the brutal execution of a fellow gang member who had violated the rules. The goal wasn't just to scare them, it was to condition them. Recruits were forced to stare directly at the victim's face during the killing, with older members monitoring their reactions. Showing fear, hesitation, or disgust could result in the recruit being beaten or becoming the next example. The ritual served two purposes: eliminating internal threats and forging recruits into emotionally numb criminals, completely loyal to the gang. Ironically, this same ritual led to the Roto Gang's downfall. One terrified recruit couldn't endure it and fled straight to the police, revealing everything. Fear built the gang and fear destroyed it. Junkie Funky Kids Cape Town. In Cape Town's most impoverished neighborhoods, the Junkie Funky Kids gang runs one of the most violent initiation rituals for children on the streets. Many recruits are homeless or living in extreme poverty, making them easy targets for gang exploitation. To join, each child must endure the gang's infamous gauntlet walk. Older gang members form two long lines, creating a narrow human tunnel. The child must walk straight through it without running, crying, or collapsing while being beaten with wooden boards, metal pipes, belts, and fists. The beating continues until the child reaches the other end. Surviving the walk proves toughness, a twisted badge of honor in the gang's hierarchy. The ritual is deliberately savage. It breaks the recruit physically, psychologically, and emotionally, so that loyalty to the gang replaces everything else. Many kids emerge bruised, bleeding, or unconscious, but if they finish the walk, they're accepted. If not, they're cast aside or worse. Knights Templar Cannibalistic Loyalty Test. The Knights Templar cartel from Mexico is known not only for violence, but for one of the most extreme loyalty rituals in modern organized crime. This cartel promotes a twisted code of honor and demands absolute obedience from its members. To prove that loyalty, new recruits must participate in a ritual that crosses every moral and human boundary, eating the heart of a murdered victim. Recruits are brought into a secluded area where cartel leaders present the body of an executed enemy or traitor. Under orders and surrounded by armed members, the newcomer is forced to cut out a piece of the victim's heart and consume it. The act is meant to symbolize absorbing the cartel's strength, but its real purpose is psychological domination. After crossing such a horrifying line, recruits become permanently tied to the cartel emotionally, mentally, and legally. By eliminating their fear and humanity in one ritual, the Knights Templar ensure recruits can never return to a normal life. MS-1313 Second Beating, Ritual Violence. MS-13, one of the world's most feared gangs, enforces a brutal initiation ritual that captures its reputation for extreme violence. The most infamous is the 13-second beating. New recruits must endure non-stop blows from multiple gang members for exactly 13 slow seconds, a period that feels far longer in real time. They cannot fall, shield themselves, or beg for mercy. Surviving this onslaught is considered proof of strength and loyalty. But MS-13's rituals go far beyond beatings. Some recruits are forced to undergo full-body tattoos, marking their lifelong allegiance. Others, especially female recruits, face horrific gang rape rituals used to break their identity and bind them psychologically to the gang. In some cliques, more extreme practices have been reported, including satanic-inspired ceremonies designed to harden members emotionally. These rituals exist for one reason: to create recruits who fear nothing, feel nothing, and will kill without hesitation. MS-13's savagery ensures only the most ruthless survive.